Ritalin last week. It's awesome. I can actually...
You're going to be Ritalin all over the place. You're going to be like the Riddler.
It's, so
That's what I'm going to call you now. I'm going to call you the Riddler.
Call me the Riddler.
The Riddler.
Riddler it's
just a little Riddler over there. This is Ritalin all about. Anyway, and?
Riddler's brother is Hitler.
Yeah. It's sweet. I stay up until like 3 a.m. just working on little crafts.
That's sick.
It's awesome.
I was on Vyvanse for a month, and it turned me into a cokehead. But
nice.
A fast cokehead. A cokehead that was always in motion.
Cokeheads, yes, normally are known for their sloth. And,
Yeah.
But this time.
So that didn't work. But it did make me feel like, I was on coke, which is fun. But not even that, It's not even coke. It's like diet coke, Some sort of diet coke situation,
Did they make that?
Some sort of like light cocaine,
Sugar-free coke.
Diet Coke.
Why
did you say that name?
Sounds good.
Oh, you just saw Rent.
Yeah, I did. Did I not talk about this?
Maybe, but there's the song in Rent where she's doing her performance art, and she's like, and they're drinking Diet Coke.
That may have been said. A lot of things were said in Rent.
I think in the movie...
there was also a dog walking down the aisle.
Idina Menzel says that, and she's like looking up, and her arms are spread, and her tank top's low, and the camera's above her. So that's why I remember that pretty well.
Gotcha. Yeah. I saw Rent. It was a very good performance, and the stories and the music's okay. The music's not my favorite. It's definitely like they do this thing that I've never expressed until now. This is an exclusive take, but I want to call it like, and it's not like Hamilton, but it's like musical rapping, where they like, it's like automatic, systematic, hydromatic, and they sound like
hypnotic, funky, fresh,
like Kids Bop.
Yeah.
And
La Vie Boheme is a lot like that.
La Boheme.
I'm loving the Bams.
Is full of that. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's a bad musical. There's some of the music I liked, some of it I did not.
Yeah, I'm same here.
And I'll tell you what, if you ever want to see Rent, every single person in the theater was, not every person, but a significant number of people were singing along to every word, which was quite frustrating.
That is crazy to me.
I didn't, but you pay a lot of money for a ticket at the Chicago Theater.
If you go see like the Chicago Symphony Orchestra and you go see them play, Mozart's 40th Symphony, do you bring your fucking violin? Do you bring your violin along?
Yeah.
You play along with it
in the theater, like humming along to it.
Yeah. That would be what I What you just described is literally me every day in grad school. That's like how they'd be playing music and everyone would just be like, listen, I'd just be like, because there's unless it sucked, of course. That's how I want to go see like a classical music concert. I want it to be like the same energy as like a rap show. Because I think it could be that exciting.
Do you also want...
What do you mean a rap show?
They should make a Lollapalooza for classical music.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Shout out to the Red Scare.
In particular. I've seen the Red Scare women, and they're not hot, they're just skinny.
So true. It's very true.
Too small.
No idea for a podcast. You guys familiar with Call Her Daddy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's the podcast where two girls talk about like their hookup stories or whatever. We start a podcast called Call Him Daddy. It's where we listen to that podcast, pause it, and be like, "Oh, he's fucking women."
Yeah.
Come on, gross.
I would be really good at that.
Oh, disgusting. Come on.
Gosh. I don't want to say anything like too controversial, but all fucking women.
There you go. Yeah.
I know that you cut that.
It's just gonna be a loud beep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, enough
it's crazy.
Okay.
What just passed by just now? What was that? Was it a bear? An airplane?
It was a bear plane.
A bear plane! Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God!
Have some fun with that.
What the fuck?
I wanted oh my God, SpongeBob SquarePants!
Enough politics.
Get the fuck out of here.
I have to draw everyone's attention to a recent development in Dumb Nerd Productions.
Is this real?
Well, you gotta let me fucking finish. And before I say, I was gonna say, at Dumb Nerd Nation, if you haven't watched it, it's fresh, hot and fresh, Star Wars tier list.
At the time of...
At the time of recording this...
Oh, it will be... When's this going out? Tomorrow? Or
This might come out tomorrow or next week.
As of October 20th, 2021, hot and fresh on YouTube is the Star Wars tier list. And it's good. It's good.
Yeah, Colin and I go through 150 characters.
It's good.
Of Star Wars characters.
What are you guys'
and rank them.
What are you guys' big takeaways from this process?
Lightsabers are awesome!
Did you guys learn anything about yourselves and each other?
And BB-8 is so cute. Okay, so the people who say BB-8 is cute are like moms and girls who they're not. I don't mean to criticize.
That's a Bush League complaint.
Yeah. Lightsabers are awesome though.
I don't like it, but I can deal with it.
Is a fucking masterpiece.
Partway through, we had some funny realizations where we were like, oh yeah, it's an average Star Wars character. It belongs in D tier. It's your typical Star Wars character.
So it sucks.
Star Wars is very bottom heavy.
It was very bottom heavy.
Yeah.
But there were enough.
Star Wars sucks, y'all.
Yeah. And pretty much most everybody in the OT is S or A. I don't think there's anybody that fell below that. That's not like there are no named characters that are below that.
Wolf Yularen falls below.
Named characters in the movie.
Wolfie Alarmed?
Wolfie Yularen is the guy. He's in a mustache and a white officer's uniform in A New Hope.
He is in a lot more Star Wars content than a lot of people, believe it or not.
For some, I don't know, the math is weird, but he has more screen time than Han Solo. I don't know how that works out.
Are these characters that have are these humanoid characters that have or is there animals too? Like the Sarlacc pit monster. Is he a character?
These are humanoid characters.
Yeah. But they're also stormtroopers. And,
generic.
Factions.
But no Wampa, no Ewoks.
Here's my question.
Oh yeah, there should have been.
Here's my question. Mm-hmm. We should make a Star Wars creature tier list of animals and subhuman people.
What do you mean by that?
Jawas mostly, and Ewoks.
No Jawas.
Yeah, because they're barely people.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I know. I'm picking up what you're putting down with your mouth in the meeting.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
No, I know.
Beady little eyes.
But you know.
Do you see how they ate that egg in The Mandalorian? Do you see how animalistically they all reacted to it?
I was walking around and I was looking for a costume for Halloween. We went to a costume shop. And they have a mix of, obviously you've seen...
I was looking for a costume, then I went to a shop.
They have, licensed costumes, and they have unlicensed costumes. And Cher was an unlicensed costume. 70s pop icon.
Yeah.
They have funny names.
Right.
So then we got to the Star Wars section. Sorry, I keep drooling. I've been foaming at the mouth.
Damn, he's just hungry. He's got the fire in his belly.
I know.
He's hungry to get out there and get in some action.
It's really gross. I'm very, very... I'm in the autumn of my years. Anyway, my point is there was a Jawa costume, but it was unlicensed, and it was I don't want to say what I'm thinking. What is it really called?
It was Wandering Dweezert Deller.
No, it was it was something eyes
No, it was Wandering Desert Dweller or something like that.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
But it was Blank Eyes Desert Dweller.
Red Eyes White Dragon.
And it's not the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
which is shifty.
Shifty hooded desert figure. Shifty desert trader.
Yeah, that's basically
shifty caravan member.
Now, not to be too woke here, but I think that anybody who purchases one of those costumes where it's my banana's down here, and it's a banana peel, and their banana's coming out of their crotch, or countdown to Dick, and their costume's a calendar, and
hey
then
girl, it's a countdown to Dick.
Has a hole cut out in there.
First of all, countdown to Dick isn't real. You said that, and then quickly had to think of a costume, which was really good.
Countdown to Dick is great. There's no way a costume existed called Countdown.
Like the doghouse, and their doghouse.
This is not a criticism. It's
the
like
blowjob
dog tail or whatever. Yeah, blowjob doctor.
The blowjob doctor. That's what I would go with. Is the blowjob doctor. I'm gonna have a big shirt. I'm gonna have like a medical coat and a stethoscope and just a shirt that says Doctor Blowjob, and it just says like,
and then no pants.
And I'll say hey, and I'll be like dick out hard the whole night.
Okay, I'm actually trying to think of an actual costume we saw.
Shifty Desert Dweller.
Basically, broy costumes that it ain't gonna suck itself. Like written on the shirt and an arrow pointing down. Really crass. I mean,
there was a like busty German broad or something, and it was like the
type thing.
The lederhosen like
Oktoberfest
dress with huge tits that like you could put beer in, and then there's a tap where the nipples were.
That's fucking sweet.
I think anybody who buys any of those Dick costumes should be put on a registry.
No,
I'm put on a list.
Should be rounded up.
I'm
rounded up and shot in an alley.
I'm an asshole, creep, pervert, like dregs of society.
What the hell are
guy,
you doing?
And
here?
even I'm offended by those.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
I may be a pervert, but I'm not crass.
That's true.
No, yeah, I fucking oh man. Yeah, a lot of bad Halloween costumes out there.
Not Dr. Blowjob.
Not Dr. Blowjob.
Dr. Blowjob is like a villain. Like I picture him like a plague doctor.
Yeah.
I actually received a doctorate in blowjobology from Tufts University.
I have a PhD in pussyology.
PhD stands for Philosophy Doctorate in Blowjobology.
PhD.
What's the age? PhD in philosophy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you were.
This show sucks, man.
Hi, SpongeBob.
I watched. I mentioned this before. I watched a seemingly a classic horror B movie last night, Night Beast. Mm-hmm. The Night Beast itself, the costume's cool. And it turns out it was the word that the guy that was like presenting it, hosting it, he was like regional horror. He's like a regional horror director. This guy Don Dohler, who directed this movie. Also, oddly enough, music by guess who did the music at 15 years old?
Elmer Bernstein.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh, that sucks.
What?
Yeah, literally the real J.J. Abrams. When he was 15, so this guy Don Dohler, who put out this movie, directed this movie, he first put out and was like the editor of this magazine called Cinemagic, which is about like special effects and shit in the 80s. And this kid, J.J. Abrams, like wrote him obsessively. I'm gonna leave that there. And was like, "Oh, can I do the music for your movie?" And he's like, "Sure." So he just sent over some tracks, including the music for the love scene, which they made a point to say at the beginning of the movie. So yeah, J.J. Abrams. It's his first movie credit.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That's a little.
So really, it's this movie's fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
Such a smarmy little fuck.
Yeah.
We just wrote a soundtrack.
Yeah, I imagine he like had a genuine love for the craft at one point, and then just got corrupted.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
that's me giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not saying he's a bad like director or filmmaker. I mean, obviously, Star Wars is a whole
Super 8?
Yes, he did. Whole other beast. But the thing that makes me the most mad about him is like just like hearing him like talk, especially about like Carrie Fisher, who's dead. And he's like, yeah, she was like, we were like best friends. She's so funny, and that fucking story of one of the Rise of Skywalker cast members, and I don't know if they said who, but left their script in a hotel room.
Oh yeah.
And
John Boyega.
Was it John Boyega?
Yeah.
And
didn't that like not happen or something?
Right. The whole it's a lie.
Yeah, they said that.
They said about John Boyega.
Then they tried to
like a press release.
Yeah, that like he left it in a hotel room, and the maid picked it up and like put it on eBay. Like throwing shade on some random poor maid who's working for $2 an hour, and like, there's
no way that happened. That definitely did not happen. Way. That definitely not.
No,
happened.
it's nobody got a hold of the script. No, and like Disney managed to get it before.
And then this multi-billion-dollar franchise that like everything is hinging on. Like, really?
And if anybody saw the script, what would it ruin? Oh, Rey is a Palpatine. Okay.
Anyway,
I mean the Star Wars movies are a whole. My thoughts have been documented.
Anyway, this movie though is like a regional. Night Beast is like this regional director. So this guy's from Baltimore. And so all these like local Baltimore like people are in it, and they all have super thick accents.
Speaking of contraband,
so they're like, we got to get out of here because Night Beast is here, and I'm like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, like Jesus Christ. they're like there has to be another way out of here, and I'm like, oh god, give me a crab cake.
I watched.
Give me a crab cake.
Friday the 13th Part 4, starring. Told you. Young Corey Feldman, who looks exactly like me as a child, and Crispin Glover.
I could see that. Yeah.
Crispin Glover in an early role. I think it's like a year before Back to the Future. He's the dad in Back to the Future.
Oh, is he?
I'm Your Density. That guy. Yeah.
I just saw Back to the Future like less than a year ago.
I've never seen it.
And it's actually pretty funny in the movie. He's like playing a guy who's just broken up with, and like he's like. He's like in another movie, in like a movie made today, he would be like sad and like still pining over her or whatever, and like he'd like try to call her to like make things up and like maybe get back together with her. In this movie, he's like, oh, I miss her so much. Oh, God, I'm horny. And they meet some twins on the journey, and then he ends up fucking one of the twins. And then gets stabbed in the hand with a corkscrew and machete to the head. But before that, he puts on music, and he's like, "You check out this music," and it plays like this very generic '80s song, and he starts dancing, and like it almost feels like he looks like he's doing an Arrested Development chicken dance, where he's just like. And like flailing his arms like crazy and like is not in time with the music at all. And apparently, and you can see they played AC/DC's Back in Black.
Who was dancing like this, sir?
Crispin Glover.
Gotcha.
They played Back in Black on set, and that's what he's dancing to. And it makes more sense, like he's actually dancing in time to it, but it doesn't explain that he was doing that. And people,
or why they switched it.
Yeah, why they switched it, or like why he was still dancing like that. It doesn't make sense that any human would ever do that. And that's just apparently how Crispin Glover dances in real life.
Wow. Yeah. Crisp and Glover would be like my
hamburger helpers,
haberdashery, like my like fancy clothing store. At Crisp and Glover, we do bespoke tailoring
of gloves.
Crispy gloves.
Crispy gloves.
Yeah, crispy gloves.
Shout out to the
Mr.
show
Meaty.
we just watched, Mr. Meaty.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's this.
Something gay.
It was a Nickelodeon.
Are they puppets?
Puppet show.
Sounds extremely.
They had like 5-minute episodes. Very disturbing.
Very disturbing.
It was on when we were kids.
Very weird. Yeah, you've probably seen it. If you look up Mr. Meaty, you will.
It might trigger some
maybe
hidden memories.
Repressed trauma. Anyway, in this episode, this girl sticks her hands in the fryer. It crisps it.
It's supposed to be like an emo girl.
Yeah, and then she eats it.
Yeah,
that sucks. There was this one show. I remember this. It was like a prank show. It was like a real life like hidden camera prank show that was on TV, like major network TV, and it was like horror though. And basically, what would happen? I forgot the name of it. I wish I knew the name of it. I'll look it up in a sec. But it was like Watch What Happens Next, or something like that. Like is that a show?
No, Watch What Happens.
No,
Live is a gossip show with that
Andy
one
Cohen.
guy. Andy,
my mom watches that all the time.
Sorry, you know what I'm like? What's
what
the show?
Would You Do? Is that what you're talking about?
Is that like where like the guys are in like the car and they're like, oh, now you squeeze your tits. Oh, now say.
That's Impractical Jokers.
That's what I meant. Like they're telling you what to say, and everyone that's not in on it is like, what? This is so bizarre. This is that version, but like horrifying. And like people they'll do like performance art like things where like people like get abducted by like a monster or something, or like there was this guy ripped his chest open and a bunch of live crabs came out, which is which is fucked up.
Amazing.
And like the effects are like real, like you know, they're like practical effects, and everyone was just obviously fucked up, you know, because like there's this guy ripping his chest open and there's crabs coming out of his chest, and they don't know that that's like, you know, a thing or anything like that. So anyway, it was really it only lasted like a season, and there was another one where a guy stuck his hand in a fryer and it came out, and then he like had like a glove on that was all like fucked up and shit. And everyone's like, "Oh fuck!" Like, and everyone's like traumatized in this restaurant.
Yeah, that's more believable than crabs coming out of someone's chest.
That was He was at you know what it was? He was at a sushi restaurant eating like a soft shell crab appetizer, and then he ripped his chest open and a bunch of crabs came out, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And then they're like, "Oh, it's just a joke, guys." It only lasted like a couple episodes because that's like really.
That sounds like
a lot of people got. It sounds like a lot of people got like mentally fucked up by it, by seeing crabs come out of a man's chest.
My guess would be Candid Camera.
I don't know. I forgot what it was called, but it was like Halloween theme. I don't know. It was a weird show. I remember seeing that like as a kid, and it made a strong impression on me.
I'm gonna just go ahead and make a predict. That sounds like you watched the Halloween episode of this show.
that very well may be the case.
I just want to put this on air that McDonald's. This is my predict. This is my predict is that McDonald's will switch to paper toys as part of an environmental push.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Watch it. This is not it apparently, but I'm just looking this up. Apparently, there's a show called Freak Out. Who Needs Enemies, from 2014. Who needs enemies when you have friends? In this series, unsuspecting marks are pranked by the people who know them best, their friends and family. Each elaborate hoax seizes upon the target's greatest fears, bringing them to life through special effects, actors, and intricate makeup, turning an ordinary situation into someone's worst nightmare.
You looked at me, which means you already have a plan for what you would do, and I'm going to guess it involves mascots.
No.
Definitely not.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't need any special effects to make your worst fears come true.
I mean, any special
The idea is the fears aren't real.
Yeah. All I need is a gun and some rope.
All I need is a text message.
Oh. All I need is an ominous text from someone that says we need to talk and it's not good at all. But I can't talk for the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
We need to talk later tonight. It's not good.
If that ain't me.
We need to talk at 8:07 p.m. tonight.
And it's not good.
It's very bad.
And you're not gonna like
power. It. They found the podcast where you said to get famous in the news forever.
Oh yeah. I forgot I said that at the beginning of this. Turns out we can edit it in post though. That's the end of an episode.
I'm not ruining a single second.
That's the end of an episode right there.
I don't think you have anything you can post right now. I think you can talk about some Candid Camera stuff and then...
Then we instantly start talking. Then we like hard cut to talking like in the middle of a conversation about like something else, and then the podcast ends. It's very confusing.
Yeah, it's a lot of dumb nerds.
There's once this Candid Camera show. Then we cut to...
I've not. Yeah, I for this spooky season, I've not watched any horror movies at all, which is surprising. Normally, I do.
I don't watch horror movies.
I've watched I think 2 dozen.
Wow, what's been your favorite this spooky season?
New only
That you haven't seen before.
That I hadn't seen before. Honestly, it's still Candyman.
Really? OG.
Yeah, and actually, I did really like Friday the 13th Part 4.
Is that schlock? What's the deal with the Friday the 13th movies?
It's schlocky.
The original?
The original's not.
Are they scary? Are they slashers?
They're slashers. Slashers is a genre that's like been too...
It's much more action than horror.
It's been too mocked and copied and like turned into just tropes like over time, and like it's been like the formula's been broken down so much
stale
that it just can't be scary. At least like the original ones.
Friday the 13th is scary though.
Yeah, but also I don't know. It's
for its time.
Yeah.
Scary to me.
Is Jaws scary to you?
No.
Really? Okay.
Jaws is one of my favorite movies.
I know it's one of your favorite movies, but everyone who's ever seen it, like of a certain age, is like deathly afraid of it as well.
I mean, it's the stuff is scary in it.
Right.
There's a jump scare. And you don't want to see it in the water because then you're thinking about it. But
gotcha.
Jaws to me is not at all a horror movie. It is.
Right. Yeah. It's not a horror movie, but everyone who sees Jaws is like so scared of it. It like. Yeah. Also, man, people just weren't ready for like real movies back in the day, or I guess there was never really a time for them to be ready. Because like you hear about that and you hear like,
wait, what's a real movie now?
You mean? Oh, I mean like movies that like weren't like. By golly, Bill, like let's go like save the town, like not like Singing in the Rain movies, or like I'm talking.
There were some pretty fucked up movies back in the day.
Right, but not like The Exorcist though, where you watch like a little girl's head turn around and her like fuck herself with a crucifix.
You don't watch her fuck herself with a crucifix?
Yeah, you do. In The Exorcist?
I don't remember that.
Just let Jesus fuck you. Let Jesus fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. And
Oh yeah.
She's fucking and she's stabbing herself in the pussy with a crucifix.
Oh yeah.
That they made a real girl do, which is kind of weird and not kind of. It's fucked up. They also
I don't think people today are ready for The Exorcist.
No, they're not. But it like fucked culture up so bad, and it like put such a deep fear. It was like this. Like they were the scariest movie of all time because it like changed society almost because of how scary it was.
When did that come out? 73? I
think so.
About there. Or like Jaws too. But we watch those movies now and obviously they're like wacky and campy and shit. But there's some fear to them.
Campy.
The shark is campy.
No, you don't see it enough. I think
shark's campy. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad. But it looks like cheap by today's standards.
I think the shark looks great by today's standards. I think it's aged incredibly well.
Maybe so. It's not as bad as the shark in Batman, where it's hanging from his leg.
Oh
yeah, and it's like half.
Yeah,
it's like half deflated too.
I mean, if you pause Jaws on a thing, it might look campy, but I think in motion, it's
yeah. I think it looks. I think the shark looks excellent.
Very well. No, yeah, it looks great. It just looks campy.
I don't think it looks campy.
Oh my God, Jesus fucking shut up!
You guys are both camp.
Scream I also saw for the first time and it's very good.
What's her name is in it? Monica from Friends.
Courtney Cox is in it. Neve Campbell. Skeet Ulrich. Jamie Kennedy. Matthew Lillard.
You're just making up names now.
I know. I recognize two of those names.
Buzz Aldrin.
And it was Matthew Lillard and Courtney Cox.
Walter Mondale, Spiro Agnew.
Jamie Kennedy and Skeet Ulrich were like big back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Skeet Ulrich also looks exactly like Johnny Depp, which is weird.
Interesting.
And Henry Kissinger. Henry Winkler.
Oh, is he in that?
Henry Kissinger.
How old is he in that?
He's like, looks to be like 40.
Oh, he's a dad?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's the principal.
So wait, so is Scream like? Is it funny? Is it?
Yeah,
because it's a horror parody, right?
Yeah, it's like funny, but it's not like a full-on comedy. It's like the central plot of the movie is that the main character's mom was allegedly arred and murdered by somebody, and like now the murders are happening again, and like she's being like re-traumatized by that, and like having to revisit that case.
That's an excellent premise for a parody movie.
It's not that. It's not like it's kind of because of Scary Movie and because of like how it exists.
I've never heard that it's a parody
in the culture. It's very meta. Like
okay,
a character,
so you're self-aware.
They're watching Halloween and a character, and they're talking about all these murders. Yeah. And one guy who's like a huge movie buff is like, "You guys don't know the rules of horror movies. You gotta like be smart. You can't have sex. You can't drink. Never say be right back." And then it cuts to another character who's like, "All right, I'll be right back." And then they go and like you think they're gonna get killed. And then
that's fun.
They don't get killed because it's like
the mask is very scary.
They literally push they literally push the TV playing Halloween onto another person's face while Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween is fighting Michael Myers, and like they mirror shots of Halloween like while it's playing on the TV in the movie. The mask is very scary, but it's also like explicitly a cheap Halloween costume in the movie, and you can tell. And they're making a new screen in January 2022. And I watched.
Great.
Is it like?
Just when I want to see it.
Is it like fucking badass? Like
yeah, absolutely. It's like the killer is
old lady in the walls.
This happened. It is happening again, bitch.
Yeah.
And like he's got this like nice shiny clean costume and like a molded mask, and it like looks really high quality and not.
I bet there's like is there like a spooky sound like a theme song by like Wiz Khalifa or something like that where it's like y'all better scream.
Like the point of the movie
2022
is that it's a cheap Halloween costume. So once the murders become popular, a bunch of the teenagers of the high school go and buy that exact costume and like run around playing pranks on each other by dressing up as, and it looks exactly the same. It's cool.
Oh, interesting.
That's interesting. Okay. My curiosity is piqued.
It's a good movie, and Neve Campbell's hot in it.
Good. Way to go. Way to go. Wow. Another spill on this carpet.
It's water. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll clean it.
The dog will get it.
I'm gonna grab a napkin.
Be right back.